Praise God. Now, the way people throw themselves on social media, and the way people fight when somebody abuse them, is always warning to me that I think I need to address the issue of what I call the need for divine validation. The need for divine validation. The need for divine validation. Then cometh Jesus from Galilee, Matthew chapter 3, 3 Matthew chapter 3, verse 13 to 17. Then cometh Jesus from Galilee to Jordan unto John to be baptized of him. But John forbade him, saying, I have need to be baptized of thee, and comest thou to me? And Jesus answering said unto him, suffer it to be so now, for thus it become us to fulfill all righteousness. Then he suffered him. And Jesus, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water. And lo, the heavens were opened unto him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and lighting upon him. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. In Mark chapter 9, verse 2 to 6, Jesus Christ took his disciples, 3 people to the Mount of Transfiguration. After 6 days, Jesus taking Peter, James, and John, leaded them up to a high mountain, apart by themselves, and he was transfigured before them. And his raiment became shiny, exceeding white as snow, so as no fuller or net can white them. And there appeared to him Elias and Moses, and they were talking with Jesus. And Peter answered and said to Jesus, Master, it is good for us to be here. Let us make 3 tabernacles, one for thee, one for Moses, and for Elias. He wished not what he was to say, for they were so afraid. Verse 7. And there was a cloud that overshadowed them, and a voice came out from the cloud saying, this is my beloved Son, hear him. Now, Jesus, the King of Kings, started ministry. There is a particular need that must be met. If that need is not met, every other need is useless. And that need is the need of divine approval. That whatever you do in the kingdom, whatever you are doing for God, you have the approval of heaven. When men don't have the approval of heaven, they are ready to fight in the flesh. You know why? When you don't have the approval of heaven, you will be the one defending yourself. But at a time, the disciples wanted to defend Jesus Christ. One of them brought out the sword and cut off the ear of another person. And Jesus Christ said, what are you talking about? I have the approval of heaven. I can ask heaven to give me angels, and legion will come now. He said, but this is the time, this is their time, leave them. Then I look at Jesus' ministry, and I discover that how people see him, what people say about him, does not matter. So what God says about him matters most. When I see some of the way we fight when somebody abuses us, shows me that you have not sought God's approval. You want the approval of denomination, approval of your pastor, approval of the church. You want people to talk good of you. You are even worried when people, when you feel that maybe somebody didn't greet you very well. You know, see the way he even greeted me. See, I mean, is it especially among you women? You are too petty about some things, which if you are so conscious of divine approval, things that you are that matters to you will not matter. Because divine approval has a way of giving you eternal confidence that whether they abuse you or they don't abuse you, whether somebody greets you or they don't greet you, whether somebody is competing with you or not, doesn't matter to you. You can see competition now. People dragging themselves in the mud on social media. In fact, this our generation is the most difficult generation. The days were growing when there was no social media, a lot of secrets were covered. But now, any little thing, you have issue with somebody, any little thing, you're already on the social media. You have issue with your husband. You see, when you want to know whether a woman has issue with her husband, go and check her social media. Some people thought that they are the only one God has created. Then some of them will put it in English. It's a Yoruba thing, no. Ọkọ ló bá wí o. Àrọ́jú jẹ̀kọ̀ ọ̀bù. Ọ̀bù tó ń kẹ́dùkọ̀ ẹ̀kẹ́ tó ń dẹ́kọ̀ ẹ̀kẹ́rẹ́. You know what I mean by that? We are managing your type. And you are doing shakara for us. And after they carry themselves in the mud, mess themselves up, after some 3 months, they will settle. The social media will go under quiet. And what happens is, most of the time, words are like eggs. When you drop them, you can't gather them. When you have divine approval, you will not be touchy. You know what I mean by touchy? Some of these things better say in my dialect. You will not be you will not be no. You will not feel that. Let me tell you, you will never feel that you are better than anybody. The moment you started feeling that because of your privileged position as a minister, you are better than the people you are leading, you have made a mistake. People of God, none of us is better than people we are leading. In fact, Kenneth Hagin said that one day he was in a church and he was waiting to minister, and he saw one young pastor. Maybe the pastor was in 23 years, and somebody went to him for a problem. He was overriding them, and he said he was wondering that this kind of problem they brought to this pastor, how will he be able to solve the problem? He said when he had the kind of the cancer that young pastor gave to the person that gave for cancer, he said he was humbled. He was already an old man. He felt that this young boy, he can't handle that. He said, but when he had the wisdom that came over that boy, Kenneth Hagin said he was very humbled. Friends, your divine validation will make you to appreciate God's grace in other people. You will never think that you are the only one God has grace. You will just, divine validation help you to stay on your own lane. Look at everything Jesus Christ came for. Did you ever see Jesus Christ bothering about other people are running their own race? At the time they came to him, said, Master, there are some people we need to deal with. They are not following us, but they are doing miracle in your name. What did Jesus Christ say? He said, leave them alone. Is anybody that's not against us? They are for us. Oh my God, let somebody leave one church to another church. Go and see a pastor will fight as if somebody went to meet the pastor and said, I need letter. This person had everything about his life. About his life. Just say, Pastor, I feel that God is saying I should leave. No. Some people, when you want to leave their church, never matter. I asked divine validation. Somebody say divine validation. Lack of it will make a man of God to make mistake. On social media one day, a man of God was saying, he prayed for somebody, and the person go to that altar to go and share his testimony. He said that testimony will spoil. Brother, you see so much. And I asked myself, is this a man of God that feel that now is so big that he's one that answer prayer? Listen to me. It doesn't matter how old or how big you are. None of us is one that answer prayer. Never think that because people are coming to you, you are not the one that answer prayer. You are privileged. Only God is answering prayer by himself. Nobody use your name to pray to Jesus. Everything we do in the name of. Please, I want you to seek for divine approval. Ask God, what I'm doing now, did you approve it? Where I am now, do you approve it? I'm telling you, when you have divine approval, you won't bother about how other people are running their race. When I left, I mean, the ministry I was before, I left when I was 20. I finally left when I was 27. You know, but I started living when I was 26. I was pastoring. The church was growing. In fact, I have some of the senior people, I mean, in our school coming to the church. The church was booming, and the Lord said I should come to redeem. I had the revelation twice, but I didn't know the detail. But I know God just wanted me to come, so I came to redeem. Do you know that until maybe like 10 years or there, but nobody knew that I was a pastor. I had to start from the scratch. They were pushing me here and there. I was the accountant. I would carry check to everywhere to go and sign check. But I started then. They put me in Sunday school. I was teaching Sunday school. From Sunday school, they gave me believers classes. Before I finished a believers class, all my students has received Holy Ghost baptism. Little by little. Because if God calls you, God is one that will announce you. Why? Divine approval speaks for divine announcement. Everything you are doing in the kingdom, do you have the approval of heaven? Jesus Christ never bothered to start a ministry without the approval of, and the approval of heaven is continuous as you obey. When you cease obeying God, the approval of heaven can cease. Jesus Christ, don't forget, the first time the Bible said that the voice said, "This is my beloved son, in whom I'm the one that call him." As he said, hear him. The first time, did he say hear him? Go and look at Matthew chapter 3. He just said, "This is my beloved son, in whom I'm well pleased." I'm well pleased with you. One day when I was 55, God said, "I'm pleased with you. It's my responsibility to take care of you." Then, I'm pleased with you is not enough. It's enough for today. If you stop pleasing him, he will stop being pleasing with you. When he get to a stage again, when he was about to go and die, he now said again the same word. "This is my beloved son." Now he has said, "I'm pleased with him." Now he said, "Hear ye him." That he has fulfilled all conditions to be a voice. Jesus Christ sought heaven's approval. May I ask you, why are you bothered about earth's approval? Why are you so conscious about people's approval? Why are you fighting in the flesh? Even people that come from where I come from, in my place, they said, if they call you the name you are not bearing, it's foolishness answering them. Somebody said, your head not correct, and you now put your load down, and you now roll your. I said, today, I will prove to you that my head is correct. Now, what is he actually proving? He's proving that his head is not correct. Because when they call you the name you are not hearing, you are not supposed to answer them. But when you see people, especially people around, look, when they come to Ibadan and maybe somebody abuse them, you see the one they want to fight. They don't know that abuse is what we used to bath. Abuse is what you can't go out in a day in Ibadan and not receive. If you are not the one giving abuse, you will receive abuse, or you hear that they are giving somebody. It's possible. So when you now come to Jesus, it's not help me that I've never really need to answer back anybody that talk back at me, talk behind me. Are they the only one? It doesn't matter. We will know who God called. Defending yourself is a sign that God has not called you, or you have forgotten God calls you. Because if you are sure that God called you, you will lead the fight for him. Now, divine approval speaks of God approving the message he gives you. A man of God should stop trying to be everything to everybody. Locate your own graces. Locate what God has called you to do and stay faithful to it. Many times I heard Pastor Brother Billy Akani saying that one day was asking God, "Kile shemi, what is my crime?" That God said, after you service, don't leave Boko. He said, stay there. They started hearing about his mate, how they are doing exploits everywhere. He said, God, at the time he prayed that if you get transport, you will leave. He said, God, you have impoverished me that even ordinary money to leave. For his God now sent somebody to go and give money that day. As he finished praying, somebody left his office and came to give him money. he said he was afraid that you mean God can hear this. God said, since you say I'm suffering you, this is transport, you can go. He didn't collect that money. Then he now stay in the message God has given him, just for leaders, racing leader, helping them to be what God want them to be. In Boko, if you know where they call Boko, you will pass many places. You will pass the west, you will pass the all this kind of Benin there. Then you pass Lokoja, that Kogi, then you enter Benue. And that's where God says to stay. Now he has stayed there for almost 40 years. Now it's that message God gave him, that God approved of him, is taking it to China. Do you know that Pastor Gbile go to China? He had disciples in China. He had disciples in every nation of the earth today. Right there in Boko. He doesn't have a church. Oh. Every Sunday, he used to go to a church, Baptist church. One time I was going to say he was in a church and the pastor started, just told his wife, they carry a load, they go to another. I'm not here to compete with anybody. Till today, he's still happy to be called Brother Gbile. And some of you that are here, when a man has forgotten that God has approved of him, he will be conscious of title. He will be conscious of position. He will be conscious that somebody they didn't refer to him according to his title. You know, when I just joined Redeem, I was not conscious of all this title like it is so common now. Because where I was coming from, even the church I am, everybody is called brother, sister. The people that could give back to us, you know what they call us? Brother Larry. People that could give back to us. In the fellowship, his brother, sister, it doesn't matter. Till Kenneth Hagin died, nobody knew. Many people don't remember he's a reverend. They call him Brother Hagin. Even his grandchildren, great-grandchildren, Brother Hagin. Then I came to Redeem. One day, I was in my account office. A man came to collect something from the office, and I was busy doing a lot of things. And I told my assistant, Sister Rita, can you please attend to our brother that is standing? And I saw his eyes change. And he said, I beg your pardon. I'm not a brother. I'm an AP. Ha! I opened my mouth. Because I was so used to it that way. You know, I was just joining. This I'm talking about was 1998 or 99. I was just like going to be 3 years in Redeem then. And I said, Sister Rita, please, can you help me attend to to AP? That title was so matter to him than heaven approval. Listen to me, if the church give you title beyond heaven's approval, that title can kill you. I'm a pastor in Redeem. It's becoming prestigious now. I'm an AP. I'm an assistant provincial pastor. I'm a regional pastor. Listen to me. Title stands for status. Title without mantle is status. One day, there is nothing there. Seek for heaven's approval. Let your message be the one that has been approved. And God will use that same message He has given you, your own graces, your own talent, to announce you to the world. Don't try to preach old message. You preach the message God has. Stay on your lane. God's approval is the ultimate that all of us need. Even when they may be marginalizing you where you are, they may not recognize your grace, but don't be angry. Stay where you are. The Bible says that humble yourself under the mighty. Look at Jesus Christ's attitude, because I've been telling you that anytime you want to look at how to behave, just look at Jesus Christ. He humbled himself to the extent that one day he was washing the feet of the disciples. And they said, no. He said, Peter, if I don't wash your feet, you have no part in me. He will humble himself. And he was telling them, can't you see the way I'm treating you? Because one day, if people do it under Jesus, they will do it under you. Because under Jesus, only 12 people, that was politics. No, the government that this man promised us, the kingdom he promised us, they went to tell their mother, Mommy, Shebi, you said we are Jesus' cousin. Yes, the woman said, you are Jesus' cousin. Help us go and tell him now. That kingdom is talking about. Because I know that whatever the mother was saying, the children must have been the one that will have go and tell him, Mommy, I mean, that kingdom is talking about. Let him make James to be the and the mother was an auntie to Jesus. and say, my nephew, Jesus was a nephew, my nephew, thank God for what God has done for you, with what God is doing through you. You know, my children are part of your right hand people, but don't let outsider come and take their place. So, you know, politics, you can see that. Don't let, under Jesus there was politics. So your own church, get ready for super politics. Because if under Jesus there was politics, there will be politics under your church. How do you play it? Look at how Jesus managed it. He said, what are you asking for? It is not me to give you. It is your commitment to the vision that will determine where you're going to stay. He said, whether you sit on the right or the left, he said, it's not me. Oh. Jesus Christ said, I don't have any. At the time again, they were angry when other people heard that these other people were trying to be number one. They now started saying, who will be greatest? Who will be greatest? Jesus Christ says, child, is that what matters to you? So you mean what matters to you after being following me is that who will be the greatest? The greatest will be the least. Anybody that's trying to serve at the Lord, he says is the greatest. So divine approval does not allow you to look down on any assignment God has given you in the kingdom. I'm not telling somebody. When you know your divine assignment, look at somebody that was a gate man cleaning the church. And when the man died, God said to the founder, my general just died. And the GO was saying, who is general? I'm the general in this church. God said, you're not the general. That gate man is the general. Then he now went to find out what is the gate man doing. He now discovered that the gate man will wake up 5 a.m. Before anybody come to church, gate man will have pray on the chairs. As he's cleaning the chair, he's praying on it. Nobody knew until the man died. And God said, my general has come home. A man that doesn't care how people see him, just heaven's approval. Divine approval makes a man to look up to God for the reward, not for earthly people. When you have divine approval, you will not believe that man will be the one that will reward you. Because some of you are angry because people that you senior, they are now your senior in title. Listen to me. If carrying title is their own approval, leave them. You be bothered about what God has called you to do. Your reward is not in your title, it's in what God has called you to do. And when you have divine approval, you don't bother the assignment God is giving you. Peter was worried one day in John 21. Sorry, my time is going. This message is very heavy in my heart. And Jesus Christ said, Peter, do you love me more than this? He said, I love you. He said, you do this, you do this, you do that. Then when Jesus was telling him the kind of death he will die, the kind of assignment he will give you, he was now asking Jesus, what about John? Jesus Christ, what it concern you? He said, mind your own. Divine approval helps you to mind your own. Jesus Christ told him, he said, what concern if I said that he will not die until I come? Does it concern you? Then they started carrying the rumor. Jesus has said that John will not die again. No. But do you know the funniest thing? Only John died peaceful death. All other ones, if you go and look at how they died, they cut him. History told us that they want to cut him into two. Some will not work. They carry very hot oil, put him there to fry him alive. The thing will not fry him. When they couldn't kill him, they went to drop him at the eye of Patmos. That was where God revealed to him all the things we are reading now, the book of Revelation. When you look up to God for divine approval, whatever assignment heaven has for you suits you. You don't see for the position God is not giving you. Lack of divine approval makes people to scheme. When you see people that are scheming for a position, title in your church, know that they don't have divine approval. Gio told us a story. Many of you only forget some of the story Gio is telling us. A man was not living right, and he said they must ordain him. They went to, I don't know whether this founder they went to meet or Gio. Then I said they should ordain the man. After ordaining the man, not only after that, the man died. It's as if he carried what God has not destined for him. Some people are doing well until you give them title. Some people are doing well as a sanitation, cleaning the toilet, and they're happy, serving God. But the moment they now started giving them title, somebody that, how many of you forgotten that when we came to Jesus Christ, none of us came because we want to become minister? The first time you gave your life to Jesus Christ, what is in your mind? Was it to be a pastor? Why are you now dying because they didn't give you title, they didn't ordain you? Why are you now begin to, backbite on your pastor just because they didn't ordain you? It's lack of divine approval. When you have divine approval, title will not matter to you. The assignment God has for you will matter to you. Jesus Christ didn't bother. Now, divine approval has a way of giving you empowerment in the spirit, giving you confidence. Because everything you are doing, you know that you are the backing of the heavens. Because you know that heaven approves of you. So you are not working in the flesh, you are not working in your own power. Anything you are doing in the kingdom, you know that's about God. So if God says you should be an usher, listen to me. Stay there. The anointed usher that God can use to cast out demons. Have you read about Stevie Edike? Before they kill him, did you hear about this exploit? Bible said he was full of faith, full of power. The Bible said that he was doing so many wonders. May I ask you, what are we going to know you for? Sister Lagbaja that likes to create problem among the... Some people, when you don't give them what they want, they can scatter the whole team. They will poison everybody's... and they will tell you the reason why you should not support the leader again. Because they feel that they are better than the leader. Pride is something you see in the life of somebody that lacks divine approval. Because when God approves of you, it always humbles you. If you are proud, chances are that you may have forgotten or you don't know that God has approved of you. Because God's calling makes you to be humble. Why? The Bible says that we have the treasure in the earthen vessels. That the excellency of power must be of God, not of us. He said, this grace we are talking about is upon all. He said this body is the earthen vessel. Omaku. Only on this earthen vessel, this vessel that will die. God grace it. That's why many of you don't like to go to mortuary or go to people that die. Go and look at how people look like when they die. You will see the vanity of life. One day somebody took me to go and to the mortuary to go and claim the father or the mother died. So I followed them there, and then when they got there, the person was afraid to go into the... Can you imagine? Your mother died, now you are afraid to enter to the... I said, don't worry. So I followed them, I enter. When we enter, they did it like a quorum. They will be pulling that by pulling it. So when we got there, I saw one Oyibo man that just died. He fell down and his head, the injury was here. He was lanky, tall, but he was there. He said, Yorùbá Babakula dere yosun láàyè. When you die, you become like a statue. Then, when we got there, they were now looking at the number. They now opening the quorum. You see different people. Listen to me. Even the beautiful lady there, 21, 18 years, none of them wear pint. No bra. Every dead person I saw there, they were there naked. The Bible said that this treasure of God is upon the earthen vessels. He said so that the glory will always go to God, not to us. Then, when you know about your spiritual approval, it helps you to keep on growing. Jesus grew to the extent of hear ye him. He didn't stay only at this is my beloved son in whom I'm well. Please, he keep on growing to the end. Friends, let your spiritual approval help you to grow. Don't grow in title, grow in grace. That's what the Bible keeps on saying. Grow in grace and the knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. There's no way the Bible says we should grow in title. There's no way the Bible says we should grow in position. Bible never say grow in connection. It said grow in the grace God has put you, let it multiply. Then when you enjoy divine approval, your word carry weight. Your word carries, because you know that you are not the only one talking. Heaven is backing what you say. It helps you to focus on God. It gives you victory over insecurity. I have a lot of points, but I won't be able to say everything. When you have divine approval, you give you victory over insecurity. What they call complex. Inferiority, superiority. Inferiority is not the only complex, though. There is superiority complex. There are some people that feel that they decide better than everybody. Anywhere they are, they feel that everybody must always bow to them. They have this ego that they are better than everybody. Maybe because of the where they are coming from, the school they go to, people they know. That's inferiority complex. Sorry, that's superiority complex. There's a complex that's actually worse than inferiority complex. The other people feel that me, I'm a useless person. No. When you have the approval of God, you conquer insecurity. You don't look down on yourself. People can look down on you, but you will never look down on yourself. It has worked for people like me since I was very young. Call me by any name. If they call you Mr. Garage now, who will go and park car in you? They call you Mr. Wood. Can they use you and put you inside the firewood? So what people call you doesn't really matter. Tell somebody, I know me. Because until when you know who you really are, you are nothing. Know what God has called you. Look at how God has described you. He said, you have got little children. Greater is it that's in you than that's in the world. Psalm 2 verse 6. He said, you are God. All of you. He said, you are gods. He said, we are no longer just others. He said, we are gods. So can you see the divine approval? God makes you, giving you that approval. Then don't look down on yourself. Don't feel insecure. When you are talking to people, talk with humility. Because complex make people to be proud and talk anyhow. When you say people say, me, I can tell anybody anything, no. I will say everything in my mind. Even Yoruba say, only a fool say everything that's in their mind. There's a time to say like this. Yoruba say, ẹni òkè wọ o mo ti gbọ́. But when you are trying to claim right, you start shouting, you start talking to everybody anyhow. Watch it. It's a sign that you don't have divine approval. I want to let you know today that don't let the way people see you matter to you. Don't let the way church treats you matter to you. The way denomination treats you. Make sure that you are the center of the perfect will, and you are doing what the devil will be happy with. That on the last day you will hear, faithful and good servant, enter into the kingdom of the Lord. I've seen some people in those days. There's a particular man of God. He's still alive. But today, it's as if he's not alive. That man of God has a church. I think that's really. So when you see his cars, at time in those days, in the 90s, you can see up to 10 cars following him. I won't mention the name of the ministry. Say, that has to do with something about Greek name of life. Kinika 1, Kinika 2, Kinika 3, Kinika 4. But now, you don't hear about them again. Because when you think that the car that you drive is what gives you approval, what happens when the latest car comes? When you think there's people that you know, a lot of people, because of lack of approval, they made themselves to be beggars. They now begin to stand in the church begging people, you have to support this ministry. Yeah, and then when people don't support them, they started cursing them. A pastor came to the social media. I don't know that's why I show. He started cursing. He said, whoever give this 50 naira, never ever bring 50 naira as an offering in this church again. Are you the one they are giving the money to? What concerns a pastor about the 50 naira? Is it the pastor that's carrying the offering? I don't know. Some pastors are waiting. They will make sure that they put soldier by the offering. Nobody go there. They are there when they are counting money. God didn't call you. Money call you. It's Mammon that call you. Listen to me. Not everybody God calls. So Mammon call many people, and it shows about their love for money. Please prove to this world that you have divine approval to do what you are doing. And whatever anybody calls you doesn't bother you. That need of approval in your life can only be met by God. There's a need in every man that position, sex, power, recognition, connection, interconnection cannot meet. That need is the God alone that can fill that vacuum. And that need is divine approval. If God be for us, who can be against us? Shall we bow down our head? Father, help me to understand divine approval. Say, Father, help me to understand divine approval. Help me, oh God, for heaven's validation. I desire heaven's validation, Lord. Say, Lord, I desire heaven's validation. Father, I need your approval, oh God. Help me to be at the center of your will every time. Purify me like gold, so that I might be bold to say my body is your sanctuary. My body is your sanctuary. My body is your sanctuary. Purify me like gold, so that I might be bold to say my body is your sanctuary. Father, we need your divine approval in our lives. Help all of us to be at the center of your will. Let us no longer bother about what people see or say about us. Let us be conscious about your approval. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' name we pray. Praise God.